So, you just got into Stanford, and you've been spending the last 2 weeks in quarantine looking at College Confidential and vlogs made by overexcited freshmen whose will to live will wane slowly until the day they graduate. Guess what? We're here with more Stanford content for you thirsty-ass incoming freshmen. You know I need these views. The Stanford videos get the views, baby. So here we go. Let's go. We're doing a Stanford dining tier list, baby. Let's go. Let's do it. Before I get started, I do want to say Stanford's food is pretty good. It's probably better than like 99% of colleges in the country. So I know this is sort of a first world problem, but I'm still a petulant brat, so I do want to complain about things. So we're going to do this tier list. Let's get right into it with Arriaga Family Dining Commons, colloquially known as Yaga. Now, Arriaga is a little bit like Stanford itself. It's beautiful on the outside, but it's not until you're in Stanford and you're in the 24-hour study lounge at 3 a.m. trying to figure out what the hell an eigenvalue is, before eventually giving up and going back to your cold, cold bed and crying your eyes out, that you realize, hey, this place is not as good as it looks from the outside. And that's a little bit like Arriaga. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. You got the lights, you got the salad bar, you got this nice marble countertop. It looks like it should taste amazing, but I think the problem with Arriaga is that they make food in really big portions, so there's not that amour, not that love sprinkled in to the food. So the food's just sort of okay, you know? It's like fine. It's like pretty standard chicken, rice, whatever. All the dining halls serve basically the same type of food. It's just how well they cook it. And I feel like at Arriaga, it's like, because they cook in such large portions, I feel like, you know, it doesn't have that personal touch that we're looking for in really good food. So because of Arriaga's sort of okay food, I'm going to put it solidly in the B tier. Next up, we've got the Axe and Palm, also known as TAP. Please call it TAP, don't call it the Axe and Palm, otherwise people will bully you for no reason. Now let me tell you, if you guys like greasy-ass chicken tenders, 2000s music, and some generic stock photo looking-ass kids studying on couches, then, oh boy, you've come to the right place. You've come to the Axe and Palm. The Axe and Palm is okay, I guess. They serve burgers and chicken tenders and quesadillas and sort of like greasy food. Axe and Palm's a little different than your normal dining hall because they accept meal plan dollars. So basically, your average Stanford student will have 14 dining hall swipes and about 100 meal plan dollars. So the dining hall swipes you can use at any dining hall and get unlimited food from that dining hall. The meal plan dollars, they're basically like cash that you can only use at like these specific Stanford restaurants. The Axe and Palm is one of them. So the $100 in meal plan dollars goes by pretty fast because each meal at the Axe and Palm costs like $10-ish, so you'll run out of food pretty fast. That being said, the food, I mean, it's burgers and fries and stuff like that. Who doesn't like some greasy-ass food? The only problem is you'll feel like shit after eating it. I would not recommend eating at the Axe and Palm for like 5 days in a row because your body will hate you for it. Another fun fact about the Axe and Palm, if you go there on the weekend, you will see a lot of drunk people there because the Axe and Palm is open late at night and drunk people really like greasy food. So I would not recommend going to the Axe and Palm on the weekend if you are not drunk because it will be a sight to behold. All that being said, I'm going to have to put the Axe and Palm in the C tier because of, you know, the food is good, but it makes you feel like shit and it also kind of costs real money in meal plan dollars, so that's not great. So that's why it's in the C tier. Alright, next up we got Breiner. This one has no nickname, it's just Breiner. Breiner's okay. They're a relatively small dining hall, so they cook in smaller portions, so there's a little bit more love sprinkled into the food, but the food is still, like, not that amazing. The first few times I went to Breiner, the food was pretty good, but then I think the novelty wore off, and then it just sort of became okay. I will say something cool about Breiner is they have this, like, really high-tech orange squeezer machine that like squeezes fresh orange juice. I never used it, but it looked really cool and it probably cost a lot of money. So go nuts with that if you're at Breiner. A drawback of Breiner is the seating arrangement. So this is what Breiner Dining Hall looks like. And as you can see, they got some round-ass tables smushed close together to encourage socializing. I'm gonna be honest, when I eat my food at Stanford, I like to sit by myself, pull up a weird video on YouTube, and just watch it and eat. I don't want to talk to no one. I don't want to interact with anyone. So this situation, not ideal for myself. So because of that, because of the, okay food once again, and this sort of weird dining situation, I'm going to have to put Breiner in the B tier. All right, up next we got Coho, also known as Coffee House, or it might actually be called Coffee House and nicknamed Coho. I'm not sure. This is a screenshot that I took from the Coho website. Look at how delicious this food looks. Look at the paninis. Look at the salads. Doesn't this look absolutely delicious? Let me tell you, it does not taste as good as it looks. That being said, it does taste pretty good. But my one qualm with these Coho meals is that the portions are mad small. We're growing boys and girls at Stanford. We gotta have calcium and get strong bones, and I just feel like the portions are not that big. Plus, Coho does not accept dining hall swipes or meal plan dollars, so you have to withdraw $10 from your $20 checking account just to buy one of these paninis, which again are not that big, and you sort of have to eat like 2 of them to feel full, I feel like. So that's not great. This is the inside of Coho. It's sort of like this quirky college vibe, cool if that's your style. Normally, it's a bit more crowded than this, so it's a bit harder to find seating, but if this is your style, you can vibe here and study. Because the food is pretty good, but it costs real money and the portions are small, I'm gonna have to put Coho in the B tier. Now we got Florence Moore, aka Flomo. I think Flomo is the Beethoven of the Stanford dining halls. It is a symphony of beautiful food. Let me just show you some photos of Flomo. Look at how amazing this place looks. This is some spaceship-ass looking year 3000 futuristic dining shit. This looks like they make some gourmet-ass food here. And the food is quite good. I feel like the food here is better than other dining halls. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the chefs are in a more professional environment or they feel like they have to cook better food. I don't know. But the food here is pretty good. Plus, they got hard ice cream. Every other dining hall on campus, they got like those soft serve ice cream machines, which are okay, it's still ice cream. But some days you just want to get a scoop of hard vanilla ice cream. And the only place on campus you can get that is Flomo. Actually, Florence Moore himself, when he donated his millions of dollars to build this dining hall, he said, yo, y'all better serve hard ice cream here every day or I ain't giving you this money. And I am very happy that Stanford obliges his wishes. Flomo's kind of like a dependable girlfriend, Flomo's always got good food and it's open all the time too, just like Arriaga. It doesn't really have set times where you have to come eat lunch. You can come there at any time, which was really useful to me freshman year because I normally had classes during the set lunch period. So I would just mosey my ass down to Flomo, get a good ass meal, and be quite content. I have many fond memories of pulling up Avatar: The Last Airbender on my phone and watching it while eating a bowl of chocolate ice cream with sprinkles. Those were the days, and we will never recapture them. Life is all downhill from there. Anyway, Flomo's really good. I'm gonna put in the S tier because it's dependable, it's always got good food, and it's fire. Up next, we got Manzanita, aka Mans, aka Gerhard Casper. Its official name might be Gerhard Casper, but I think it used to be called Manzanita, so everyone just calls it Mans. Anyway, Mans is kind of like Evie, It's just your basic starter dining hall. There's nothing that crazy special about it. This is what it looks like. It's fine. It is a bit smaller than the other dining halls, so I feel like the food might benefit from being smaller portions or whatever, but I ate at Man's once or twice, and it never really stood out to me, so I just never went back there. I was like, oh, this is normal food. And I literally lived right next to Man's too, and every day I would still go to Arriaga because I felt like it was just better. With that being said, I'll put Man's in the B tier for its just sort of mediocre food and mediocre everything. Up next, we got Lakeside. Now, I lived next to Lakeside my freshman year, so I know all about Lakeside, and I ate there every day my freshman year. And let me tell you, it started out pretty good, There was some variety, they had a nice salad bar, they were cooking some interesting foods, some chicken, some fish. But as the year progressed, it felt like just started running out of ideas. And they just started serving us hot dogs more and more. This photo is not actually from Lakeside. It's just some random photo I got from the internet. But you get the idea. It was like after a long, long day of classes, last thing I want to do is eat some rice and hot dogs. I will say something good about Lakeside is they have this public flat top, and sometimes they'll leave out ingredients for you to like make your own fried rice or omelets or whatever, but that ain't enough to make up for the hot dogs. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Those hot dogs hurt me. Perhaps it's best put by Drizzy himself. I'm exhausted and tired. I can't even pretend. All these people taking miles when you give him an inch. And I felt like I gave Lakeside a good shot, but we just didn't work out. So because of the less than great food, I'm gonna have to put Lakeside in the C tier. Up next, we got Olives. Olives is sort of tucked away in this building on Main Quad. It's like in the basement, and they serve like sandwiches and paninis and stuff like that. People really seem to like it for some reason. I like it too, but not as much as other people seem to like it. Also, Olives does not accept dining hall swipes. They accept meal plan dollars, so it sort of costs real money to buy food here. That being said, the food is a good change of pace, You don't really get that many good sandwiches or paninis in the dining halls, and everyone seems to like Olives. So I'm a sheep, so I like Olives too because everyone likes it. That being said, I do feel like Olives is a bit overrated. That being said, I still like Olives. It's good, though not as good as maybe some people think it is. I'm gonna put Olives in the A tier because it is a good change of pace from a normal dining hall, and they have pretty good sandwiches. Up next, we got Ricker Dining. Now, to explain to you Ricker Dining, I want to tell you a little story about two Stanford running backs. On my left, we got Christian McCaffrey, and on my right, we got Bryce Love. Both of them Heisman Trophy runner-ups, actually. Christian McCaffrey was drafted, I think, 10th or 11th overall in the first round, but Bryce Love was drafted in the 4th round. Why is that? They were both pretty productive in college. Well, it's because Bryce Love tore his ACL in his last game for Stanford, while Christian McCaffrey stayed mostly healthy. That brings me to my main point, which is the best ability is availability. And let me tell you, Ricker Dining, you are not available. This is a picture of how far it is from East Campus to Ricker Dining. Normally I lived on East Campus, so I would have to bike basically all across campus if I wanted to go to Ricker Dining. I am not doing that just for some food when Wilbur Dining, which we're going to talk about later, is right there. I am not making that trek. Is that the chefs at Ricker Dining's fault? No. Is that the civil engineers' fault who designed Stanford? Yes. And it's your fault, civil engineers, that no one goes to Ricker, and that I have to put it in the D tier, because I literally never went to Ricker because it's so damn far away. I think the dorms that are close to Ricker are Frosico and Potter and those dorms, but unless you're living there, you are not going to Ricker. Up next, we got Stern Dining. Now, your average meal at Stern is a little bit like your average Stanford dorm. It's okay. It's nothing special, nothing to write home about, You got your salad bar, you got your food, it's whatever. It's like Man's or Arriaga. The food is like okay. I will say something nice about Stern is that they make these imitation Chipotle bowls, which are actually quite good. I like those bowls. You should eat those bowls if you ever go to Stern. But Stern Brunch, man, Stern Brunch is like living in the lap of luxury, baby. Mwah! It is amazing. I love Stern Brunch. They got you fresh fruit. They got dudes making omelets for you. You can just put some like ham and peppers and spinach in a bowl and leave it there, and some dude will make an omelet for you with a post-it note with your name on it, and you can just take it. They got pre-made smoothies in these little compostable cups that you can take, and they taste delicious. And perhaps most importantly, they got some crispy-ass tater tots. And I love my tater tots. Stern Brunch itself bumps it up to the A tier, even though the normal food is okay. Stern Brunch is amazing. Up next, we got Wilbur Dining. Wilbur Dining is the Asian dining hall. And this photo is not racist. There actually is an Asian man cooking some delicious Asian food for you. They got salt and pepper pork. They got fish. They got Asian vegetables. It's amazing. There's this Asian man there that cooks all this amazing food, and I love him for it. I used to go to Wilbur every day for lunch my last year at Stanford, and I greatly enjoyed it. I'm Asian myself, so I got a soft spot for the Asian food. The food was very comforting, and I greatly enjoyed it. And Wilbur Brunch is pretty good. They got Vitamixes where you can make your own smoothies. Just like Stern, they got omelet-making chefs. The only problem is that there's a long-ass line to get those omelets. The one qualm I have with Wilbur is that their tater tots are soggy as hell. Come on, man. It's not that hard to make tater tots. Every time I would go to Wilbur for brunch, the tater tots would be mushy. There would not be a crisp outside, and I'd be like, bruh, I'm gonna go to Stern because they got crispy tater tots, and y'all don't. Wilbur chefs, if you ever see this, please just bake the tater tots at the correct temperature that the instructions tell you to so they don't end up soggy. All that being said, I'm gonna put Wilbur in the S tier because of their great Asian food and also very good brunch. Last and possibly least, we got Treehouse. Treehouse is a little bit like Yahoo, you know? It's got all these products. Yahoo Search, Flickr, Yahoo Answers, Yahoo Video. It's like, what the hell? Why do you have so many things? Why don't you just pick one thing and do it good? That's my problem with Treehouse. Look at this enormous ass menu. Look at all of the shit on this menu. They serve teriyaki bowls. They serve Indian food. They serve burritos. They serve pizza. Why? I feel like they're being stretched thin because of all this food and they aren't able to make any of it that well. I did get a few burritos from Treehouse and they were okay, you know? Another problem with Treehouse is that, like Coho, they don't accept dining all swipes or meal plan dollars. So, you gotta pay with your own cold, hard cash if you want something from here. And honestly, it's not worth it. Just like Stern, it's kind of like imitation Chipotle, except you gotta pay real money for it. So because of all that, because the food's not that good, I'm gonna put Treehouse in the C tier. Fuck you, Treehouse. That's my dining hall tier list, guys. Hope you thirsty-ass incoming freshmen enjoyed. Let me know if this was a good video or if you have any ideas for other videos for me to make. And feel free to subscribe if y'all want to see more Stanford content like this, because you know I'd be thirsty for those subscriptions. Alright, y'all. Catch you on the other side. Stay safe. Stay sane. Peace.